So the Bella Beanie hat is made up of a series of cable stitches and mock cable stitches, and these are repeated all the way up the hat until you get to the shaping of the crown. So I'm just going to show you how to do the actual cable stitches. So here I've already done a repeat of 3, and I'm just working on my 4th repeat, and I'm coming to the end of the round, so I'm now going to show you how to do this. If you've not worked with cables before, they can look a little bit tricky, but actually they're very straightforward, so I'm going to show you how to do this. So I'm coming to the first part of the pattern, which is being repeated, and this is actually the mock cable stitch. And the pattern tells me to purl one, that's the purl there, and then I need to slip one with the yarn in the back. So the yarn having been at the front, having done the purl stitch, I take it to the back, so it's in the back position, and then I'm going to just slip one, and it doesn't matter whether you go knitwise or purlwise for this part of the pattern, but I'll do it purlwise, and then I'm going to knit the next 2 stitches. And then I simply, using the left tip of my needle, lift that slipped stitch over the top of those 2 knitted stitches, and that's what creates this little band going across, this horizontal left leaning band. So that's my mock cable stitch. Now I'm just going to do, as the pattern tells me, purl 1, and then I'm ready to do the C6F. So cable 6 front means that I'm going to be working with the next 6 stitches, and being 6 I'm just going to divide that up into 2, so it's 3 and 3. So I'm going to first of all pick up the first 3 one by one onto my cable needle, 1, 2, 3, and I'm lifting those purlwise, and I'm just going to put those at the front of my work, parking them almost at the front, and then I'm ready to then knit the next 3 stitches off my needle. So 1, 2, 3, and then I'm ready to then knit the ones that I was holding at the front. I just slide those along to the tip of the needle, cable needle, and then it's 1, 2, 3. And that's my first cable done. So all I've done is I've held those stitches at the front, knitted the ones at the back, and then knitted the ones off the cable needle, and it creates this twist, which creates this nice effect. And this one is a left leaning cable, and if I was holding the stitches at the back on my cable needle, then it would become a right leaning cable. So it depends what the pattern is telling you. So for this one, I'm only using the left leaning cable design, which is when I hold the stitches at the front. So now I'm going to carry on again, purl 1, and just repeat the same pattern. So this time I'm doing again, yarn to the back, slip 1, knit 2, lift the thread over. So that's my mock cable stitch done, and now I'm ready to work my next cable stitch. So lift the next 3, hold them at the front, knit the next 3 off the working needle, 1, 2, 3, bring back in to work the cable needle and those held 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and then I've reached the end of my round. I need to just do one more stitch on a purl, which will be after the marker. So for this pattern, we've been using that mock cable stitch, and by doing so, we've been decreasing each time that that part of the stitch is being used. So therefore, at the end of this round, I will have decreased 8 stitches. So of course, on the next round, to get my stitch count back up again, I need to make sure I increase 1. So I'm now going to work on the next round, which is going to be my round 4 of the pattern, repeat, purl 1, and then knit 1, and then this is the important bit, is when it says yarn on, because I need to replace the stitch that I decreased and increase with 1. So all I'm going to do for yarn in is I'm going to bring my yarn back through the middle of my needles and just keep it there, and then the next stitch I'm going to knit, as I knit it, the yarn will go over the needle and create that yarn on. And then I will have now got back to my stitch count, and I'll have 3 stitches in place. So carrying on, I'll just do that once more. Here are the stitches that I cabled but on the round before, so those just need to be knitted normally. And then I'll just get to that mock cable stitch from the previous round. Here it is again. So at the moment I've only got 2 stitches sitting above that diagonal, so I need to increase one. So I just do knit 1 as the pattern tells me, yarn on, so I bring it to the front, and now when I knit the next stitch, the yarn will go on and over and give me that extra stitch. And that's the pattern, and you just keep on going and repeating that pattern.